So, just a quick example about how you might put this idea of open texture or family resemblance to use without, looking at actual families. Think about the concept like chair. Now, you might try and give some necessary and sufficient conditions on what it is to be a chair. So, you might say, well, it's necessary to be a chair that you've got to have legs. But then you think of like, yeah, but what about, like a chair like this over on the right that doesn't really have legs? It just has this pedestal. You might say, oh yeah, well, but a chair, it also needs a back. But maybe not all chairs require having a back. You might say, well, a chair needs to be something that you're able to sit in, but you could imagine, say, like a really teeny tiny chair that no one can sit in because it's too tiny, but it's still a chair. And so, what Wittgenstein and Weitz is recommending here is to say, look, you're never going to come up with conditions that are necessary for something to be a chair, and you're never going to come up with conditions that are sufficient to be a chair. The best we can do is sketch out that there are these family resemblances between different things that all count as chairs. And what means for something to be a chair? Well, it's got to have some portion of some of these properties. So maybe you don't have legs and maybe you don't have a back, but at least you can sit in it and you have a footrest. So then you count as a chair. Maybe you've got you don't have any legs at all, but you do have armrests and you can sit in it. So then, yeah, you count as a chair as well. So that's the idea of giving this open texture or family resemblance concept for chair. And what Weitz is recommending is that we do the same thing for the concept of art. Give up on trying to find necessary and sufficient conditions and instead just focus on finding properties that we can say, well, not all art shares it. And if you do have this property, it doesn't automatically mean that you're art. But if you have enough of these things, then yeah, you probably count as art. You resemble enough other things that clearly are art that now you count as art as well.